Back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a full video on how to break down a turkey from full bird all the way down to one deboned piece of turkey that's been separated out to breasts, leg, thigh, and wing. So hang out, enjoy the video. Let's get him all unbound. As you can tell, whenever you first get him, he's all balled up in like one giant ball and everything's stuck together. So we're going to start at the back of the turkey. We're just going to take the fat that they've cut and kind of held its legs together, and then we're giving it a little stretch, get everything moving here, okay? Once you've done that, we're going to pull apart the back section here, and we're just going to kind of get everything opened up and remove all the stuff that's on the inside. Then once you reach up in here, you're going to feel the neck bone. You can actually go ahead and take the neck bone out, and you don't really want that for much yet. That's not going to be part of the turkey that you typically eat, although turkey necks are delicious, but maybe we can do that in another video. So as you can see, now the turkey's kind of empty all the way up through there. And we're going to go around to the front, because usually if you open the neck cavity up here, there's usually got the giblets stuck down in there. And so we just want to make sure we get all the stuff out before we go to cutting on the turkey. We're going to pull it out. The giblets and everything are in there. And when breaking down a turkey, many different people start in many different places. But what we're going to do first is we're just going to go ahead and get rid of these wing tips, because we're not going to use these for a whole lot. There's no real meat in there, so we're just going to throw it in a stock that we're going to make for another video. If you can feel the joints, for all these turkeys and every other animal really for the most part that you break down, you're going to look for the joint here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the joint just below it, pop it backwards. As you can see, you'll hear a little bit of crack and you'll just see the joint dislocate. And once that's pulled back, you can literally just go right in between the joint. Or do the same thing to the other side. Now we're going to remove the thighs. To do that, we want to stretch this out really nice, and if you see, you have the breast that comes down the middle here, and it goes all the way around to the outside, and the leg starts right here. So what we're going to do, there's one piece of fat line right here that's a little bit darker white than the rest. We're just going to give it just a really gentle cut just to get through the fat. You're not really trying to cut much there. You just literally want to separate the two pieces. Now, the reason we cut so low there is so that this extra skin can go down and cover the breast. We're just going to go in here. We're just trimming up a little bit, okay? We're not actually cutting a whole lot. We're just making it to where whenever we cut here in a moment, it's going to go with ease. Now that that's there, we're literally just going to take the thigh and bend it backwards. As you can see, the skin's starting to pull here, and you can see that pop right out of joint there. And now that that's done, we're just going to go right back under here and follow that same line down that we've started. So here you have the big, beautiful leg and thigh combination. For now, we're going to set this aside, and we're going to go and do the same thing to the other side. So there, we have the other leg and thigh combo cut off. From here, a lot of times, you're going to go straight in. If you see right here, this joint behind the wing, we're just going to make one small cut right here. And what that cut's going to do is it's going to allow us to see the joint. So after we make that cut, we're just going to bend this back a little bit, and as you see here, this is separated all the way out of the joint. So now that that's separated, we can just literally make a small incision here. We can cut all the way through. So here, this is your first wing combination. This is the two piece of the wing. So here you have the flapper, or the flat part of the wing whenever you eat wings, and here you have the drumstick. It's just a little bit bigger on this one since you're used to seeing them on a chicken probably. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So if you look, again, we're going in behind the wing. So here you have again the full full top part of the wing and the full bottom part of the wing. So this is where what we're going to do is going to differ from what a lot of people are going to do. A lot of people down and remove this. And the reason I'm showing you this is because you may find yourself wanting to do something like this in the future, although it's not what we're going to do with our bird. And once you've cut through the backbone joint, you can literally just take the entire thing and pull it off there, okay? So once you've done that, you have this nice big piece right here that you can roast for the breasts. If you're going to do that, a lot of times you can go back in, cut off some of this extra neck fat, because you're not going to need that, and you can actually remove the wishbone. The wishbone goes right down in this cavity here. The wishbone goes right down in this cavity here, and it's going to run up through here along the inside of each breast. And you can feel it right in here with your finger or knife. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a small incision here up both sides of it. And what that's going to allow us to do is kind of fish it out of there. So once you've got both sides disconnected, you can reach in. And I like to do it with my fingers for the most part. Pull it out. So, since we are not going to be roasting the breast as a whole, we're going to take this big piece, and you can feel the breastplate right down the middle here. So, since we see this, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to make one clean cut right down one side or the other of the breastplate. You can choose, because it doesn't matter. We're then going to do another cut right down the other side. And we're going to go all the way to the top, and as you do this, you'll feel the breasts kind of separate and start to fall separated from the breastplate. And once you've made those cuts, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in, and we're just going to be laying our knife flat against the rib cage, and we're just working our way down here. Sometimes I like to turn and make one cut upwards right here along that bone, just to kind of allow the rest of the turkey to separate its way off. And at this point, you can see the breast completely start to release from the carcass. Once that's happened, you can see down here that this, you can pick it up and you can feel there's just a very small line of fat and a little bit of muscle holding it together. And we're just going to go in and trim it up. And that is going to give you the entire breast individually. To repeat that process, so now we're going to debone the leg and thigh. There are two main bones, the thigh bone and the leg bone. So what I would do a lot of times, I would start here with the one bone that's exposed, and you can see these lines, and this would be the same on a chicken or a duck. We're just going to split right down the bone. We're going to get not all the way around it yet, but most of the way around it. And we're going to go down and we're going to expose the joint. So once we've done that, I like to go ahead and cut straight down the middle of the leg. And we can go back in. We're going all the way up to the joint. We're just going to cut all the way down. And then we're going to go on the other side of the bone. We're going to cut all the way down and around. Once we are to a point where we can get underneath the bone, follow it down, and then turn your knife out and cut through. All you have left there is that little knuckle. I'm just going underneath. I'm keeping it clean. I'm staying close to the bone. And that's allowing us to basically roll the bone out of it as we go. Once we get down closer here, I'm just going to go right underneath the leg and thigh bone. Pull it right out of there. So now that the primary bones of this are removed, we're going to go back through and cut out some of the little pieces of cartilage that got left behind and some of these tendons. Alright, well that wraps us up for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you now feel comfortable attempting breaking down a turkey. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. Thanks for watching.